Hi, hi. Happy Sunday, everyone. How are you? Hi, Gian. Jan was waiting for me. I was a few minutes late. I'm so sorry. Last minute phone call as I was trying. The phone rang as I was trying to set it up. So it happens. Believe it or not, I actually do get phone calls every now and then. I hope you've all had a great weekend. For my Australian friends, I hope you're having a nice Monday morning, and I'm very happy to see everyone today, whether you are joining me on live or on replay. I welcome you. I'm Lisa Harden. I'm coming to you live from a beautiful Boise, Idaho today at the Stamping Zoo. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. One of the things that means is that I sell all of the beautiful products we'll be using today. So if you have questions about this or anything else, you can drop them into the comments of this online class. You can private message me. You can contact me. You can take a look at more of what my business has to offer at thestampingzoo.com. I have online and in-person classes each month. In a couple of weeks, I'm having a 2-day retreat. It's too late to sign up for that, but you can always get in on the next one. And so that is what has been keeping me busy this weekend. I've been designing like crazy. I did have to take a little time off today to do the regular shopping for the week. Uh, the gas needs car. No, the car needs gas, etc. So anyway, I got my life back in order somewhat, and now I get back to the crafty desk. I'm so happy to be here. And today is Stamp and Chat Sketch. This is where I provide a sketch for inspiration. I show you a couple of options using that sketch, and then I post it over on Facebook, and then you have the opportunity to show us what you do with the sketch. Okay? Participate in each and every sketch that sketch challenge I post on Sundays. And at the end of every month, I am going to draw I will add everybody that's provided a sketch into the drawing, as well as anyone who has placed an order with me. And the winner for May was Carolyn Atkins. So appreciate all of Carolyn's participation in all things Stamping Zoo. And she received the Friends for Life bundle. Okay, so you never know. You may win next time simply by posting a sketch. But if you want to shop with the Stamping Zoo, that's great too. Okay, everyone. So, what do you think? You think we should get started? Oh, you're so nice. Yes, congratulations to Carolyn. She will have lots of stamping fun with that. I know she will because she has lots of friends, right? Okay, so I'm going to put you down here or point you down. I'm not going to put you down. That's not what we do here, right? We don't do that. And let's get going on this sketch. This is a very simple, I tried to make a very simple sketch today, very linear, because lots of times I use circles or organic shapes. And so I thought, okay, we're going to do a very linear sketch today. And I can't wait to see what people come up with. And just like you, I varied the sketch a little bit. I'm sure you will too. So I am using the Bright Skies bundle. This is a carryover and it's in the annual catalog and I absolutely love it. Well, I think it's in the annual catalog. If not, it's online, but you know where to find it at thestampingzoo.com, right? Okay, so here's our sketch. We've got a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 regular card base for US. Thank you, Roz. And then we've just got a strip across here. Well, we've got the background 3 3/4 by 5. Then we've got a strip across here that is 2 by 3 3/4. I kind of wrote that backwards. And then we've got the scalloped piece that is 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. This scallop that you see here, who knows where that comes from? I thought I was being clever. We just worked with it a week ago. So it is the Round We Go dies, okay? And then I just used this. So you can use it. It doesn't have to be a rosette, right? You can just leave it flat and use it as a scallop, or you can use this side and just use it as little, I don't know, points, pointy scallop. So anyway, don't forget that Round We Go is pretty versatile. And so it doesn't even have to be circles, right? But if you want to make circles, this is the place to go. And I did, as I said, I used this a couple of Thursdays ago. So if you are looking for ideas with the Round We Go bundle, just go back a couple of weeks and I recorded it just for you. Okay. Hello, Carol, and welcome from YouTube. I'm very nice to see you. We're doing a little sketch today. Okay, so here is what I came up with, and I was working up to the last minute. I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you why as we get through here. But here's my first sketch challenge card, I guess, sprinkled with love. I decided that I didn't want to put a sentiment after I was done with my scene. I just couldn't put a sentiment on the front of it. Hello, Marcia. Very nice to see you. And then here's the second card we're going to be making. So I did put the strip across, but I moved it up and then I ended up kind of hiding the margin with a cloud. So cute little card. And Nikki, we didn't get to that yet, but we will, right? Every card's going to have a middle. So anyway, those are my interpretations of the sketch. So we are going to make these cards live together now. And then as I'm going along, you can be thinking about what you might like to create using the sketch. And again, you just need to go onto the Facebook page for the Stamping Zoo. Please like and follow if you haven't already so that you don't miss the updates. And then this will be posted shortly after this video. And you can start submitting your own sketches. I love them. And so does everyone else. Okay, so I have some pieces and parts. We are going to start with this card first. Let's see. Oh, I want to get that out of there so that we can have a little more room. Okay, looking good. Maybe not off to the side there. You guys know this is real life. Yes. So, like in the last couple of minutes when I was on the phone, I was hurrying to dig myself a little trench. Oh my goodness, Leslie. Getting into your colder weather, aren't you? It's always such a shock to me. It's hard to think about that when we are starting to ramp up our heat. Oh, so it's still beautiful here. It's been great for, I don't know, 10 days. It's been great. Probably going to be great a couple more days. And then to me, it's not going to be so great. It's going to jettison up high 80s, maybe even low 90s. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in that at all. So here, I'm going to move this up just a tiny bit. Anyway, so that's how she goes, right? It is June here. Okay, so again, I have interpreted the sketch using Summer Splash. This is my main color. And then I have some beautiful little Summer Splash glimmer paper back behind there, sparkly raindrops, and then a little bit of Pretty Peacock and Pretty in Pink. And this was actually a color trio that was in the color coach from Stampin' Up. So I took the help. And of course, we have white card base, white clouds. Okay, I don't want them to look like polluted gray clouds. In this one, we're going to have like white fluffy clouds. So I do need my Stampin' Cut mini. And have I done some of the work? No, I don't think I have. I think I cut the pieces and then I cut one of the clouds. So I didn't get too far ahead. So this is what we're going to use for the flowers. This is our little scalloped piece. So I'm going to go ahead. And so in the Brighter Skies bundle, there's a lot of cute little pieces. There's the raindrops. There's big raindrops. There's the cloud I used. And then there's 3 different sizes of clouds. This one's on a little jig that we're going to use for the next card. And then there's the little flower pieces. And there's even lightning. I didn't get to use that yet, but it's so cute. Even the lightning's cute, everybody. And then these, which are clouds, but I'm going to use them as the scallops, right? So this needs to go in. First of all, this is our Pretty Peacock. Let's see. Can I get all this up here? Maybe. So I'm going to run this through here. Jean says it's in the mid 70s in Western North Dakota for the week. Nice, Jean. Just enjoy the heck out of it. And I took several days off last week, and so I knew that I was going to have to come in here and spend a lot of time in here, maybe when the weather was nice. But I was like, don't be sad because we spent 5 days outside. And so it's all good. All right, I'm going to try and lay this down without. There we go. Oh, I got lucky. Now, on this particular piece, it doesn't really matter if your scallop is straight or not, because we're going to hide the majority of this cardstock back behind. So if you had to put it on an angle, it's fine because we're going to hide most of it anyway. Mm. You're going to say summer splash? Maybe. Maybe. They're very close though. Summer splash and shy shamrock are very close. Okay, now let's cut a couple more of the small clouds. Now this is a really pretty, they're all stitched. And this one's kind of a closed um, die. And it doesn't have a coordinating stamp. So, but this one's great. All of them actually, you can take a blending brush and blend against the edges, and that beautiful stitching will show up. Very fun. So let's see here. Can I pop this out? I think so. What's everybody been doing this weekend? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Let's see. Well, I mean, I just told you, really. I've been designing. I came home and on Friday took a little rest for dinner and stuff and hugged on dogs. And then I got to work and I stayed up late. Then I think I got up early. I feel like I did. Then I slept in today. Oh, it felt so good. Then I was at it. I was like, we got to get our walk on and we had all sorts of things to do. So let's see here. Now, I think before we stamp this, I'm going to stamp the raindrop pattern in the background before I die cut this. Last time I did the opposite. It doesn't really make a difference. I feel like it's a little bit easier to stamp though when you're not trying to work around the die cuts. Okay, that's very precariously placed off to the side. And then this, I just kept it blank, but I think I'm going to do a little ink blending on it. I've talked myself into some ink blending for that, as well as for the flowers. So I just die cut the flowers. The tulip has a stamp that you could, stamp them and die cut on. But I want to take this pretty in pink, and I want to do a little bit of it's just, I don't know, a little bit of an ombre technique or adding a little bit of dimension. So I am blending pretty in pink onto the same color cardstock. And last time I didn't do very much, so this time I'm doing more. How about that? And then that gives us a little bit of a different area or different look. You could do the same with white cardstock. Okay, it'll give you even a different look. But so when you start to play with it, you can do like half inked and half plain, fully inked, fully plain, whatever you want. Just a little bit of variety. I actually think I'm going to give myself even a little bit more down at the bottom. And then blend up. Okay, so that guy's good. Now, I want to take Summer Splash, and I'm going to ink around the edges. Ross has been stocking the freezer with home-cooked healthy meals. Getting ready for a little downtime, aren't you, lady? Well, I think that's great. That is good planning. And unless Gary's going to take over for you, then it's good that you're doing this. I'm going to test this and see how much. Nope, there's no ink coming off on it. So Summer Splash it is. Yes. Oh, I'm glad you like that little tip. Just a little bit different way to modify, give a little dimension and more dimension. Of course, we have blending brushes. They are sold in packs of three, this size or minis. Okay. So get yourself a pack. I do not keep them, like, I don't get 50 blending brushes, one for each color. I kind of just do blues, greens, whatever works. You saw me testing this one on the back because it looked like a pretty peacock or something else. But the ink was all absorbed or it was just stained. So they can be washed. For a while, when we first got them, I was into washing them. Now I don't even wash them. So I don't even bother with that. Gary tries, but he's much better at cleaning. Well, that's good. I mean, we don't all have the same skills, thank goodness. And if I was in a household with somebody, I'd want them to have complementary skills to mine. I have to do it all, or just hire someone, which works too. But anyway, good for you. Oh, you know what? I am going to do that technique on this rectangle as well. Let's just do some little extra on this one. We're going to do slight modifications and then we'll see if we can even tell the difference, right? Hey, Kathy Sanford, it's very nice to see you. Kathy Sanford, have you guys been out on your motorcycle or been in your big rig with the trailer yet? Okay, that's fun. All right. So ink blending is one of the easiest things you can do to change the look of, of your card. It almost looks like it's glowing in the center, right? Again, dimension, texture, interest. And then, boop, a little glimmer paper. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's flat on the back. It's very nice. Oh, you were out riding today. Okay, there you go. See, kind of knew. I was like, that Kathy Sands. Kathy's been doing that. That's cool. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. Now this is like, um, it's raindrops basically. This is a really fun. I don't even know what to call it. It's not line drawn images, and they're not completely imaginary, but they're not completely realistic either. And I really like that about them. Okay, so this is not going to go up the whole way. I'm just going to stagger slightly the way I do this. And then we'll come in at the top and do it again. And it doesn't have to be all lined up and perfect because it's rain, right? So it's right as rain, friends. And the way you can see, I'm not even wasting a lot of time looking at where I'm stamping. Not unusual. So see, it's just continuous. You can't even tell where it is. Okay, now let's bring our little die. Whoops. Okay, now you settle down. Let's bring our die cutting in and let's die cut some raindrops. I have cut this paper so it's like a quarter of an inch shorter. So I'm not going to take my raindrops clear up to any of the edges. That's the only rule. So I'll just start. Let's see. How do I do it over here? Let me start here. Let me make this more symmetrical looking. We're going to start here. And then those raindrops just kind of pop out. Oh, so cute. Can also be watermelon seeds if you want to take the time to play with them. Hello, Laverne. Very nice to have you here. So glad to see your name pop up, and I hope you're doing well today. Where are you from, Laverne? Where are you joining me from today? Ooh, now let's see. I can do this. And then I think, yes. Okay, so see what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them to the outside this time so that I have some this way, and I don't want to cut through the edge. I know, I'm happy that you're catching me live. It's always fine on replay, but I love being able to say hi to you. Okay, looking good so far. And we can't like turn that upside down, right? Or our raindrops will be upside down. And that would look like radioactive raindrops. I don't know if that would be very good. Let's take the three and we'll put those over on this side. So, yeah. So I want to watch these three dots. They are showing me where the other three raindrops are. A lazy weekend in Broken Arrow. It sounds like a book or a song, doesn't it? Okay, there's that piece. And then our raindrops are going to transform into summer splash raindrops. Oh, beautiful. Wouldn't that be fun if that's how it rained, in glitter? Oh my goodness, Laverne, heaven on earth. She lives on a ranch in beautiful Napa Valley. Oh, I love Napa. I've been there a couple of times, not unlike lots of other people, right? It's gorgeous. And what a lucky little stamper you are. That's really neat. I like Boise, but Boise gets a little hot. And I feel like Napa, not as hot, a little more breezy, right? Okay, so hopefully I can come visit you sometime. It's okay. I'm not going to show up on your doorstep. I just meant Napa in general. Yeah, I've been wanting to get back down there. It's very, very pretty. Okay, well, welcome. All right, so I have the clouds. I have the scallop. We need a little bit more pretty peacock for the leaves. Now this is like very it's like, I don't want to say childish, but it's like cartoonish how I place those flowers there, because we know that's not what flowers really look like, all symmetrical like that. But I liked it. So there's a leaf that where you can cut out, you can stamp the leaf image and cut it out, and you can stamp the tulip and cut it out, or you can do it um, separately. Fourth generation. That's cool. I am a fourth generation from this area as well, at least. Well, no, I'd say fourth. Yeah, okay. Fourth generation. But my family didn't live in Boise. We lived about a mile from here, dear Lord, an hour from here in a little town called Emmett. Is anybody watching from Emmett? Emmett's in the house. I doubt it. But if you are, hello. If you're lurking out there and you're from Emmett, please tell me so and say hi. Because I probably know you, right? So anyway, that's my family's from this area. Nobody strayed too far. I probably strayed the furthest when I went to school in northern Idaho, a good 8 hours from here. But then I came back home. Do you grow grapes on your ranch? Is that too stereotypical? I mean, I know it would be called a vineyard, but maybe you have a little vineyard at your ranch. Huh? Maybe. Let's get this whole picture set up, Laverne. We have ladies here, well, and maybe some men too, but we have stampers here from all over today, Laverne. We've got some people from Florida. Leslie is from Australia. A bunch of people in the middle. Wisconsin and North Dakota. So you can put where you're from in the comments. I mean, as you always can, but some of these people, have known each other. What? Your son Frank moved to Cuna? That's the same kind of area, especially nowadays. Um, a lot of people have moved here from all over. Well, that's very cool. So you may have been here. Yes, Cuna, Idaho. Not so tiny anymore. Not as tiny as it was. So it's all growing, my friends. Okay. And I'm reminded of that every time I go to the grocery store or try to drive anywhere, but I think that's how it goes. Yes, Anna's from Virginia. I love it. See, I mean, when I get ready to take a road trip, I have so many of you that I want to visit. And I don't mean I'm going to stay with you, but we're going to have coffee and I'm going to bring a bunch of our beautiful card kits and we are going to have coffee and craft. And maybe we will craft so long that then we have wine and craft and just have a great time. Don't you think? I think I need to do a big tour of and come and visit all of you. I would love that so much. I don't know about bringing Tango and Cash. Wisconsin. Carol's from Texas. Hello, Texas. Texas is getting toasty right now, isn't it, Carol? Probably has been, though. Probably has been. Yes. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning, if you're just coming in, this is a sketch challenge that I've been posting for a month now, and I'll be posting it every Sunday. Either go live or record the video. I think I've gone live every time. One time I went recorded and there was no audio, so that'll teach me. So I play with the sketch, giving you a couple of different inspirations, if you will. And then I post over on my Facebook page, I'll post a still picture of this and the cards I create. And then underneath it, you, if you would like, can create something that it's that the sketch inspired you. I hate to limit you to a card. It can be a 3D item or anything you want. A paper craft. How about that? You will create a paper craft so inspired by this sketch and then post it in the comments. And then everybody will ooh and ah, first of all. And second of all, I'll put you into a drawing. I'm having a drawing at the end of every month, and you might win a prize. And it'll be something beautiful from Stampin' Up. So it's 100 already. Eesh. Ah, my gosh. And Ginny is from Chesterfield, Michigan, an hour north of Detroit. Okay. All right. So I think we can start putting our pieces and parts together now. This has very little stamping on the front. It's fun to do that sometimes. Now I left a little bit of a wide border, so I like that change as well, where it's 3 3/4 by 5. Lots of times I only leave a 1/4 inch border, which is 4 by 5 1/4, right? We get this nice bright sunshiny piece. I love this summer splash. It's so pretty. And now I am going to pop this up. Okay, flat is fine. But I'm going to pop it up and have a little bit of uh, space between those. Okay, I love how they were glimmering. So pretty. I need some more. Let's see. There we go. I needed some more dimensionals. And so I'm putting my dimensionals on the back of this where I think it's going to need to be supported. So in the corners, absolutely. And then in between some of the raindrops, if there's too much of a space. And it looks like this corner is going to have a mini. So we do sell Stampin' Dimensionals in white and in black, which is very handy when you're working on Halloween or fall or anything like that. So we sell a package of black that have the minis and the regular sizes all as one, or we sell the mini white and the regular size white separately. Let's see. I think we need another one down here. You know, I'm never shy with the dimensionals. Okay. And then Let's make this little piece. So Tango and Cash have been very happily attending me on my ventures this weekend. Like I said, when I got up this morning, I knew that I was going to want to be in here most of the day. That I was like, all right, children, come with mother. We're going to do WALKs. So we did. And it was beautiful outside and pretty nice. Pretty nice. Kind of overcast right now, which I don't mind. Okay, now isn't that great? Oh, yes. And we have a little extra. I definitely like the contrast that the blending provided. This is fine. This is a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. And so then we're going to adhere our scallop piece. And I'm just going to do this with some seal because it's going to go back on the glimmer paper, which has a nice flat surface. Now I cut this just exactly the same measurement as my rectangle, so 3 3/4. And then it's starting to shape up, isn't it? It's starting to look kind of fun. And now I'm going to place my flowers first because last time I felt like my flowers got a little squished. Hello, Cindy. Thank you. She's liking the card. Cindy is from North Dakota. Cindy and Jean, my North Dakotans. They're tough ladies to live through those winters, I'm sure. Okay. And ooh, I made the yummiest coffee this morning. So I've been drinking, it's getting warmer. Oh, hey now. So I've been making this mix thing here. I got it at Costco. It's only like a 3 pound bag as usual, right? No, I don't think it's that much, but it's a lot. And it's really yummy. I think it's called like Frappuccino something, but it's a mix and you can make it says you can make it hot, frozen, or cold. Well, I've just been making it with ice, like a Frappuccino, with my little it's not a NutriBullet, it's like a NutriBullet knockoff that I got years ago at Target that works like I think it would probably blend my fingers off if I put it in there. So anyway, it works great, makes the ice nice and small and frothy. Brene, if you're on here, you may love this thing because it's cold and icy, right? Hello, Dawn. Very nice to see you. So yes, so I mixed that with I made last night though, I decided I'm gonna amp this up because like, I don't know, I don't ever want to sleep. So I made a cup of coffee in the Keurig and then I put that in the fridge. So it was cold this morning. And then I mixed that with the Frappuccino powder and a little bit of milk and ice. Yum. I almost gave myself a cold headache. It was so good. I think that's going to be my drink. Starbucks is going to be kind of sad because I go there almost every day. Like, hello, there you are, Brene. So I go to Starbucks almost every day. 6.10. That's how much I pay. Plus a dollar tip. 7.10. I hope they don't go out of business. My lord. And I'm like, I'm loving this thing I'm making right now. And I don't want my blonde flat white right now. It's too hot. That's what I normally have. A blonde flat white, which is a latte without a lot of foam, with 1 raw sugar. What brand is it? Jean. It has like a bear on the front. I don't know the brand, but it was at Costco. I'll be happy to put it on. I'll put a link on my Facebook page. Okay. I saw that you could get it at Amazon too, but I think it was quite a bit more. So here's the deal. I went to Costco on Tuesday after Memorial Day. I complained about that because I thought it was going to be empty and it wasn't. Okay, so for the clouds, I'm putting a dimensional on the top puff, if you will, and then on the first two. And then the bottom part is going to get a little bit of liquid glue because the bottom part is going to stick to our rectangle. Wandering bear, it might be because there is a bear on it. And it's kind of this blue package, and then it's powder. I think it's called Frappuccino or Mocha something. Sure, it has a fair amount of sugar in it, but um, it's delightful. And it's a lot cheaper than my other thing. Going to Starbucks, even through the drive-through, I was trying to explain this to a friend of mine that's very practical and frugal, i.e. cheap. And I was saying, it's the coffee, yes, but it's not just the coffee, it's the act of going, right? And saying hi to the kids that work there. It's a culture, even though it's drive-through. But I think I'm going to give it up because I've got my own thing going on here, and this is much more convenient. The only thing is, I've got to watch it because I want to drink it. Like, I want to make one now, and I'm not going to. I'm going to make one a day and enjoy it. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Look how this went. So I moved it up a little bit further. So my flowers, the rain wasn't coming right down on the flowers, right? And then, oh, I forgot to stamp inside it, but we're going to do that. Sprinkled with love. And I did that in the pretty and pink and brought back in the, yes, you can make it an iced coffee. Mine was basically an iced coffee. I just blended it like a milkshake. I mean, that's what it is. Let's call it what it is. And so, yes, you can make it iced. You can put it in with hot water or milk too. Or I think you can freeze it. I don't know. You can make it into a popsicle, which is basically what I'm doing with the blender. So, all right. Shh, quiet on the set. I got to stamp this straight. Quiet, everybody. No loud noises. Yeah, sprinkled with love. This is a nice fat font. I like this about the stamp set too. The letters are fat. So you can emboss them, whatever. Oh, I love the glitter too, Jan. Everybody needs a little glitter. And wouldn't it be fun if that really was the rain? Oh, you'd come in all covered in glitter, and then your coworker would be like, "Oh, it's raining outside. I gotta run out there and get some rain on me." Slash glitter. I would love that. Now all it does is make my hair reactivate. And by that I mean it gets curly again. You know, I gotta work to look this glamorous. It doesn't just happen. And yeah. So this fragile flower can't get caught out in the rain. Now that's very intense. It's going to dry back a little bit. There we go. Sprinkled with love. The flowers are sprinkled with love. And let me just leave that open for a minute. But this is our card. Okay, so slight variation, right? Just a slight variation. But if you hold it up next to this one, you can see there is a difference just from the ink blending. So it's very fun. Adorbs. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Hey, Trish, how's it going? So Brene and I share a love of the ice. In particular, we love slushies from Sonic. I had to think about that. So, as you all know, well, most of you know, I have been fighting Crohn's, and you don't win. You just hope it goes into remission. But when it was winning the war against me, I was anemic faster than I could take in iron. So I was just always anemic, and that's what I craved was ice. And to say this out loud now, I can't even believe this, but at one point in time, I could finish off almost, and I mean chewing it, almost a whole bag of ice from Sonic during the day, any given day. But I started going there. Sometimes I would go there twice a day for lime slushes because it just Your body acts weird when you don't have enough iron. And sometimes it even makes people want to eat rocks and dirt. So I guess that I wanted ice and slush, that I could live with that. But I'm sure it didn't help my teeth any. But in any case, so Brene and I have kind of bonded over wanting and liking slush stuff. And Brene even sent me this very cool contraption, and it makes shaved ice here at the house. And I think, Brene, if I can tell this story about you, because I love it so much, I think you even bought an ice machine, like a little that makes little pebble ice. Did you buy that for your house? So, I was thinking about it, but the counter space. Oh, okay. You go eat a delicious dinner, Roz. I'm going to make the second card here, and you can always follow up. So here's another one. Okay. So this one is Azure Afternoon, Aztec Afternoon. Which is it? Gosh, I've forgotten already. I say that. I say that the wrong way sometimes, or all the time. Azure Afternoon and Lemon Lolly. And I tried to. One thing that was keeping me up to the minute with this card was that I tried to stamp it in 3 different colors. And they just were green. And I should have known that because the colors I was choosing were green. Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and Coastal Cabana even. And then I was like, what in the world? Just grab a blue. And then I was like, grab an intense blue. I have to have a talk with myself in here. Right. And so I was like, would you get off this green blue stuff and grab an intense blue? And then I did. And guess what? It was good. Yay. But these are a couple of the others. Now, I think this one's balmy. It almost looks like midnight. Oh my gosh. It almost looks like that bluish gray in the misty moonlight is what it looks like to me. And then this one is Pool Party. It was like, so green. And I was like having a discussion with myself. Yes, they are. They're blue green. So finally, Azure Afternoon, Lemon Lolly. Couldn't be happier. I think it's really pretty. And then, Naked Inside. So let's take care of that right now because I didn't cut pieces for this one yet. So we need 2 pieces of basic white that are 3 3/4 by 5. And let's see, how big is this one? Yeah, we can do this. Okay, so 3 3/4. This is a weird way to cut this, but why not? 5, 5, 5. Still reading my book, The Frozen River. It's very good. I recommend it. And let's see here. I really like, so the main character, our protagonist, is a woman named Mistress Ballard. And she is a midwife, but it's set in 1780 in Maine. So she has some medical skill, right? As far as those days are concerned. So she does a lot of things. So she's also quite, I guess, outspoken for the time. She is married. Her husband is hopelessly devoted to her. And some stuff goes down in the town. And that's all I'm going to tell you. But because I hate to ruin it. I hate it when you read a review and you feel like, well, thanks for nothing. Now I'm not going to read that book. That's so annoying. So I'm just going to leave you with that, right? And I think a lot of people have been reading it. It was like, it's probably chosen by Good Morning America or one of those morning shows. So it's gotten a lot of press. And I follow a few groups on Facebook for fiction readers and whatnot. And lots of them have been reading it, which I'm sure is why it was in my mind, right? Okay, so now we need some of the brights These are the patterned papers, so the 6 by 6 papers that I'm always telling you, don't forget. Lisa, it's not time to die cut yet. Put that down. I love to die cut. So I am going to do the middle piece, the 2 by 3 3/4. That piece that's in pecan pie right there. Yum. I'm doing that in the stripes. The stripes are kind of mimicking the rain in my mind. The other pattern that's on the other side is the botanical, and I don't think that has anything to do with the theme of the stamp set. So I'm going to skip it, but it's my favorite pattern. I kind of in love with all these designs. We can just take a minute here. So again, you can get every single color, including our in colors, in these patterns, and the packages are by color family, right? So this is the brights. This is, what is this? We were just talking about it, Coastal Cabana. So it's got this kind of a pattern or these hand-drawn circles, which I love. And then it's got the stripe, okay, or the botanicals. And then you get 4 sheets of each. Oh yeah, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 4 of each. And so you get all the patterns, all the colors. And so when you're like, gosh, I wish I had a piece of XYZ colored designer series paper. Well, you do, because if you have all the color families, then you're going to find something. So I was like, I think I want to do As Your Afternoon designer series paper. Okay, there's our card base. Got to burnish it with a nice bone folder. Make that nice and straight and sharp. Oh, I think the colors go well together too. Let's see, let me see. Where's my color coach? Now, this is last year's color coach, but that's okay. Let's see, what did um, Stampin' Up! Recommend? Oh, sure enough. As Your Afternoon, Lemon Lolly, and Pool Party. I was trying to put Pool Party in there, but we're using those two in white. Good enough. And then, yeah, I like all those combos actually. I like this one, but this is very close, right? A yellow and an orange and a blue. Okay, so it's very helpful to have the color coach. And I sold those last year, so they aren't completely updated. But if you have, that's last year's, and I just use it. Corinne, that was a lot of ice. To say it now, I'm like, how did I eat that much ice? Probably 5 pounds of ice. I don't know how I didn't lose like 100 pounds because I was just eating ice all day long. But what I did was broke a bunch of my teeth, essentially. Not all at once, but anyway, that's how it goes. So, yeah, there's that. But now I can enjoy ice like a regular person and not like a person who was anemic. And this is the one reason only why I can't live in Paris is because they don't serve a lot of ice. And the Diet Pepsi tastes different there. Like it's European Diet Pepsi. Something's off. I don't think I could make it. So, otherwise I'm there. I'll just have to visit and take Diet Pepsi in um in my suitcase. Although I will say, now I'm saying that, like when I was there, no, I went right into drinking coffee. Like I was drinking coffee all the time, just like Jean Shoot. I was like, I'm drinking coffee. They drink coffee. I'm drinking coffee. Coffee. Although I did have cafe creme even in the afternoon, and that's kind of a gauche American thing to do, supposedly, according to the internets. Um, but I'm a gauche. I'm gauche. So I had ghost coffee. It was tasty. All right, everybody. This is a big stamp. You got to get your big block out or your stamparatus. Yes. We're never getting rid of the stamparatus. And then I am just going to give it a nice little push. I am using the piercing mat. This is a large stamp, right? and it has a lot of ink, and I just want to get a really good coverage. So, isn't it beautiful? Look at that. A cloud with rainbows in it. It's like perfect. It's genius, is what it is. It's like glitter raindrops, is what it is. Okay. And then why don't we just do this part right now? You brighten my cloudy days. That's on a block around here somewhere. They get stuck together like this, and then you have to, break them apart. Okay. Were you peeking? No, I wasn't peeking, but I knew, you're my friend. I know your drink of choice. What you tell me anyway. Okay, so first generation for the sentiment. And I leave it there a little bit longer because it's a lot of ink and it's a photopolymer stamp. And I feel like photopolymer needs a little more time to transfer for the best transfer. Um, I love them. I'm not saying I don't like them. They serve a purpose, right? But you have to know their shortcomings. And I would say that's a photopolymer stamp's shortcoming is that the ink transfer isn't as great, isn't as good as red rubber. And we're going to do this little trick again, but we are doing second generation. If I don't mess it up, don't mess it up, Lisa Lynn. Like if you start going too fast with this kind of a process, then you take it to the paper real quick. So, but I don't want to do that. It would be so embarrassing in front of you because I never do anything wrong. Oh my goodness. Never. Okay. So we're having that come on up, and then we're going to cover it with our middle part. And so our scallop slash cloud this time is going to be in lemon lolly. So beautiful. And I have a little piece right here. This isn't even the measurement that I have. So I said 1.5 by 3 3/4. As long as it's 3 3/4 long, it doesn't really matter what width it is. I put 1.5 because usually I want you to have like enough play, enough to hold on to and adhere. But if you just have a little strip off to the side, then just use the little strip. That works too. All right, that goes up there. We are going to do, let's move this for right now. And let's get our, where'd you go? What a nice thing to say to somebody. You brighten my cloudy days. That's nice. When sometimes after you've met with a friend and you guys have talked out the problems of the world slash your life, and you just feel better. This is a card for that time. Okay. Hello, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen's hanging in Cali now. She's visiting her daughter. How's your daughter doing, Mary Ellen? Are you guys having a good time? How many times have you been to the ocean? Or is she close to the ocean, or are you guys planning some trips there? I don't quite remember your plan of action when you're there. Now, I did bring in an extra cloud because the first time, or when I was initially doing this, I had this and this here. And I was like, there's just something, it was off balance. So if it's off balance and you're using this bundle, for sure, just put another cloud in there. It'll be perfect. It's perfect. Take your pick tool for sure. Okay. Now I made a jig for this larger. Oh my God, you've been sick? Oh, I'm sorry. I guess people in California even get sick too, don't they? But you're only 25 minutes from Bodega Bay. Well, when you get better, I hope you get better soon, and then you can cruise on down there. Okay, so I'm using a jig on this because I was having a hard time with this partially um, cutting off just a little bit. You know what I mean? Like cutting away from the stamped image. It was a little hard for me to see with this. So I said, okay, then, self, just take a piece of, once I cut one of them out, then I took this and I placed this where it needs to be. So I can see there's a margin around it, which kind of you can get off with. Okay, do you see where that is? Just a minute, I'm going to bring this up so you can see it. Now you can see really closely. You can get the margin and see through it. Whereas with this one, it was thick and I couldn't see right up to the stitch. Bernays, is that true? Bernays says Bodega Bay was the birds. Whoa, I didn't know that. Did you know that, Mary Ellen? Okay, so now that I have that little layer, that extra layer there, now I can just pop the cloud in and then I move this around until it fits into the jig and I can feel it fit right in there. Okay. And then I can put this down and hopefully we'll get it centered perfectly. You don't have to do that with all the dies at all. But every once in a while, just depending on how they are designed, it's very helpful to make a little jig like that. Okay, now we need the sun. Mr. Sunshine. Anna loves that movie. Mary Ellen knew. I did not know. Mary Ellen, you have a new fan now. She's probably going to come down there and visit you. Will you take him some Renee's in Colorado, so you can drive down with the chicken soup and help those ladies out. Hitchcock movies, like I'm not all about blood and gore at all, but I love that psychological thriller kind of thing. So I'm all about Hitchcock. What a genius, right? Such fun movies. And then, of course, very glamorous actors and actresses. Grace, what was that one? Well, probably not. There's more than one. Grace Kelly and Cary Grant. What was that one called, Renee? With Grace Kelly and Cary Grant. I need another little piece of lemon lolly. It doesn't have to be huge, but it has to be bigger than the one I just had out. Well, we'll use that. Okay. So again, I'm using mostly the dies today for some reason, but you can also stamp and die, cut the sun, or you can just stamp it. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to stamp it this time. I remember this being, again, we're going to add some more definition. And I remember this being kind of a cool technique, looking kind of fun when you stamp the sun first and then die cut it and then put the little circle in the middle. Let's see what it looks like with lemon lolly. And if it doesn't look dark enough, we're going to use Daffodil Delight because that's cool too. To catch a thief. Yeah. Sexy without being sexy, right? So cool. Oh, so cute. Look at this. Does it make you smile? It makes me smile. It's adorable. The cutest little sun. Because this is going with the sentiment, you brighten my cloudy days. You got a little bit of sunshine coming out. I'm going to use a little labeling tape Rope. That one's good too. Is that your favorite, or do you have a favorite? I don't know that I have a favorite. Um, the Tides restaurant has pictures on their walls with all the cast members in it. Neat. Yes, I bet I bet they really have a lot of uh, reference to the birds there then, because that was a pretty phenomenal show. Oh, no, come on. Oh, yeah. This stamp is not symmetrical necessarily. Just remember that. Psycho is your all-time favorite. Bird second, rope third. You have a top three. I love that about you, Renee. I love that you have three right away. You know them. Okay, seriously. I think I got it. But if I didn't, we may have to just live with it. I mean, eyes. I'm being blinded by the sun. I don't want to keep you, but my will wants me to find the exact way to get this out, right? So my will, oh God, my will is stronger than wanting to be fast for you. Let's see if I got it. We need a jig for that. Well, I don't even know if a jig would work, but I am coloring on, I'm using a light color on a light colored cardstock. So that wasn't helpful either. Old time suspense. Yeah, Rear Window. I think Rear Windows, well, I hate to say it's my favorite because I don't have one, but I'll watch any of those. Yeah, okay. It's close. Kind of close. Don't look too close and then it looks right on. Okay. Did I get everything? I believe I did. Oh, goodness. Help me. So cute. Do we have our, yes, okay. So, similar to the last card, of course. Oh, goodness, it's 5:10. You know who's going to be bothering me pretty soon? Dogs. Dogs want dinner. They have a 5 o'clock dinner time. Standing order. But you know what? I do too. I'm hungry. I've been trying to use more calories than I take in. You know what I'm saying? Trying to create a calorie deficit. And so when it's time for me to have my calories, I want them. So yeah, and I'm gonna make tonight, gonna make a cheese pizza. Now this doesn't sound that I haven't eaten much today. So I'm gonna have this little cheese pizza and I'm gonna put all of these fresh tomatoes on it. Does that sound yummy? I bought some tomatoes for book club, and so I bought this big thing at Costco. And I want to eat some. They're good. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down on the card front right now before I add all the layers and dimensions. I know, doesn't sound good. Oh, and red pepper flake. That's what I'm going to do. Yep. And then the dogs are going to want it. And I'm going to be like, no, no, sir. You back down. I'll tell them it's poison for babies. They know I'm lying. They're like, I'm sure that we are fine, Mom, eating chocolate covered almonds. But no, they're never going to find out how yummy they are. Okay. So then this is, oh, it's so cute. It's still adorable. So it didn't make a huge difference because the color is awfully light. But I do believe that last time I did this, I stamped it. Let me just do this instead of wondering about it. I stamped it in Daffodil Delight on lemon lolly paper. That's for the win right there. I mean, we're keeping this a very light. Yeah, that's the win. That's the hot sun. There's who's from Texas? Carol? The Texas sun right here, Carol. She's beautiful, but don't touch her. She'll burn you. Okay. So this is going to go up here in the corner. I am going to put this onto dimensionals, but I want to kind of dry fit it, right? Because I'm not going to put it up on dimensionals over here. So I kind of, then I turn it over and I put my finger where I don't want a dimensional. Weird, I know. Oh, chocolate covered coffee beans. Jean, I hate the texture. I shouldn't say I hate. You know, my best friend always says, I don't care for that. And I think that sounds so much more genteel and nice. I don't care for the texture of coffee beans. I like mine roasted and brewed. Well, hello, Lori. How are you feeling? You're doing good. I hope so. That's a lot of dimensionals. You can never have too many dimensionals. They're little. I'll have another. Oh, Leslie says she likes The Man Who Knew Too Much, Jimmy Stewart, and Doris Day. These are winning combinations, right? Like I enjoy current movies, obviously. Well, not obviously, but I enjoy lots of current movies. But I tell you what, there's nothing that really hits the spot like some of these classics. Like they are classic for a reason. Kind of like books, right? My aunt was telling me the other day, she's been rereading a lot of books. And while I don't do that, it's just because of time. Because if I could do that, I would. And one thing I think about that experience is when I have done that before, I have really noticed that when I read a book at a different period in my life, I have a different experience, right? I think differently. I have found that sometimes I didn't like characters when I read the book the first time, but if I read the book, oops, sorry, when I read the book like, you know, 10 years later, I could relate better, I guess, maybe. So I think that while, oh my gosh, I'm going to try and use my left hand with the scissors. That's cuckoo. Um, yeah, anyway, so, oh, I know Doris Day. I used to love watching her a lot. She'd be on Saturdays, I guess. You know, before you could just flip a switch and watch everybody all day long. In the olden days, kids. Ooh, Corinne says she fixed the grandkids pizza rolls. I bet they love that. That would have been a really special treat for us. We didn't eat a lot of, well, I mean, we ate pizza out. My mom just didn't, we didn't always have homemade food, but we didn't have a lot of like frozen type foods like that. I guess we ate um, TV dinners. If my parents were going out and I had a babysitter, I could get a TV dinner. Boy, they really got off cheap, didn't they? Like probably $1.49. Like, yeah, get anything you want, kid. Sky's the limit. And so then I would have my TV dinner and be totally happy. But now, no, I need a little more. I'm a little suspect of TV dinners. Now let's put a little flower on the inside. Like that's what happens when the cloudy days get brightened and the sun comes out. I am going to grab a little A block. I'm going to grab 2 A blocks. Yep, Jean says her grandkids would have been all over those or pizza bagel bites. They give you lots of ideas for snacks and lunches in the summer. That's nice. Do they end up staying with you a lot, Jean? Or oh, question. Should now if I'm gonna put this flower in here, should I stick with the colors on the front? This can be lemon lolly, but what about the greenery? Should I just throw some greenery in there? What the heck? Granny apple green? Okay. Um Leslie, I hate that you can't get through Facebook very much. I hope you join us on YouTube. And I need to figure out how to show the comments after the video is recorded because for some reason the comments disappear over on my YouTube channel from all of you lovely YouTube viewers. And I feel like that's part of the fun, right? Is chatting. And so I don't know if it's a case of me needing more subscribers. Hint, hint. Maybe that's just something that's offered once you have a certain amount of subscribers. I don't know. But I did look for it at one point in time and I got absolutely nowhere, obviously. So if anybody knows the answer to that, let me know. I mean, I even asked AI, no help. Get real. I'm not team AI yet. I mean, until we make a texting functionality that doesn't like misspell every other word, I'm not too worried about AI taking over the world. I can't even get that right. And with that, that's it then. Thanks a lot for AI. No, thanks, no thanks. Okay, and these are beautiful sequins from the shiny sequins. They were with the zinnias and they sold out in a hot second. And it took a while for them to come back. But they're back. They are 163484. Get them now. Buy an extra pack. Okay, everybody. So those are the cards. I kind of like them, right? Thank goodness. You go, thank you for not showing us cards that you think are ugly. My pleasure. So these are the two cards that I created using my sketch. I hope that you have been so inspired to create your own card or other paper craft with this sketch. And again, you can post it over on my Facebook page. I will have a post. I'm going to go over there right now. I'm going to drive over there right now and post it on my Facebook page. And it will have this and two pictures. And then you can post your own sketch inspired creation underneath it. And that is one way you'll be entered into my drawing for a prize. Oh gosh, I've had so much fun having you guys here. Thanks for coming on into the Stamping Zoo and visiting me from all over the country slash world. It's so fun to connect with you guys. And so guess what? I'm going to connect with you again on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Time. And if you need a reminder, just subscribe to my YouTube channel or like and follow me over on Facebook. Okay, everyone. Thanks a million. I can't wait to see what you create.